Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Listen, this word that the Lord has given to me today is obedience, obedience, obedience. Obedience is key. Obedience is a matter of life and death. Spiritual life and death. And in some cases it can be physical life and death. You know, there's a show, it's called Crime Watch. And it's a real show, and it talks about people that's been killed or murdered, and you know the investigations that goes into it. And you find a lot of times that these people, they died because they chose to make decisions and chose to stay in marriages and relationships and things where the person is showing them that they are a hazard and a danger. They ignored their intuition, which to me would have been God's warning. They ignored the warning of other people. They ignored that first punch to the face. They ignore it all and just keep going. And you know, a lot of people have died in the show because they want to go see that person one last time. And that one last time was literally their last time, period. Obedience is very, very important. And in those cases that I just described, it can cost you your life. It can cost you your life by being at the wrong place at the wrong time, doing the things that you're not supposed to be doing. And the Lord wants us obedient. See, there's so many people that they're praying, they're fasting, they're going to church, they're giving to the poor, they're doing tithes and offering, they're in all types of ministries, they're doing all these things. They will take the shirt off their back to give to someone on the corner. They have taken big monies out of their bank accounts and help people and build the church. But guess what? In all of that, there are areas in their lives that they are not obeying the Lord. They're disobedient to God. They're disobedient to God. I don't want to apologize to that person, Lord. No, I'm not going to forgive him or her because that's what they did. No, I'm not going to say I'm sorry. Why should I say I'm sorry? I didn't do anything. I know I have this one thing that is I probably should stop it, but look at all this other stuff I'm doing. No. Your righteousness is as filthy rags. There's nothing you and I can do to be deserving. We have to also understand we're never deserving to begin with. So anything that you're doing, okay, that's good, but that doesn't make you any more. See, a lot of times people they feel like they have more leverage with the Lord and they come up a little bit higher. You and I will never be anywhere close to or equal to Christ to feel like we can throw some weight around and be like, well, God, at least I did this. He gave you the life to do that. He gave you the mind to do that. It has nothing to do with you. God allow you to do the things that you want to do, or allow you to do some things that will be beneficial to other people. But he is in complete control of that. If God truly removed his hand from you and you wanted to try to do stuff, you'll find yourself deaf, blind, mute, totally incapacitated. If he just removed his hand and say, okay, you do what you want to do. The truth is, you and I have no power. I have no power. Me being able to sit here, this light, this fan, you seeing me, the sight, you smelling, you choosing to click on this video, what you picked up and put on this morning, what you got cooking for dinner today, has nothing to do with our own abilities, but the fact that God he exists, so we get to do these things. So if we get that through our minds, we realize, listen, chill out. You know, we can't be trying to pull cars with the Lord. And so there are many people that's doing a lot of things and they're not obeying him. And they're wondering, why is this happening to me? And a lot of people on the outside, they look perfect. Everything's going well. They have the cars, they have the house, they have this, they have that, they have fame, they have fortune, they have the marriage, they have the white fence, the white picket fence, they got the 2-3 story house, they got the pool in the back, the heated floors, they have the wine cellars, they have all these things, they have tray ceilings, they have the open concept kitchen overlooking the vineyards, they have it all. But yet the truth is, when they're by themselves, their war is within themselves. And so these individuals doing what? Putting up gun to their head, blowing their brains out, hanging themselves, jumping in front of moving trains, overdosing. Why? You know, the other day I saw this thing and it was just showing people that had just killed themselves, died, that no one knew they had died. And most of those people were young. And the older people, most of them died of natural causes, but there was a lot of them that were middle-aged, that were young to middle age, that was simply, they overdosed. They took their own lives. in the middle of fame and fortune and all of that, my brothers and sisters, because it gets down to obeying God. It's about obeying the Lord. It's about obeying him, my brothers and sisters. A lot of times, if you move everything out of the way, it's about obeying the Lord. And you know what? A lot of times we have a hard time getting up to pray. We have a hard time getting up to read the Bible. Why? That's obedience. It's obedience. But I didn't read my Bible. I went to church. I didn't really pray long, but I went to choir practice. I didn't really read my Bible, but I just donated to like 7 kids. No, it gets back down to obedience. Obedience, because then you're doing works. You're doing all this thing by the works of your hand, and you don't know the Lord. Let us not end up walking in Matthew 7:20-22, where it says, Lord, Lord, didn't we do all these things in your name? And he's going to say, depart from me, thou worker of lawlessness. So I hear the Lord saying he wants your complete obedience. He wants your complete obedience, my brothers and sisters. Your struggles, the things that you're going through, is because you're not being completely obedient to the Lord. There are things that you're putting before God. There are things that are idols to you. What is an idol? Listen, TV can be an idol. Your phone can be an idol. Your relationships can be idols. Your children can be idols. Your job can be idols. Your bank account can be idols. Listen, your workout regime can be your idol, because it's not that God doesn't want you to enjoy these things, but there becomes this imbalance where you will put God to the side for this. I'm just going to be on social media all day, but I'm not really going to spend time with the Lord. The Lord is telling you, hey, come to pray, but no, let me finish watching this episode of Netflix. Oh, the Lord is telling you that, listen, you need to contact your brother and sister and say you're sorry. No, I didn't do anything. And so you find yourself only going so far. And I'm trying to tell you that the Lord is saying there's so many people, they're disobeying God so much, and they have shrouded their wrongs and their evil with all types of spectacular colors and sparkles, that to the world they look awesome, and they start to look awesome to themselves. Look at me, look at me. But this is where you find some people sitting there and cutting their wrists open, because disobedience turns to a little monster that consumes you. Disobedience seems harmless, and it seems like you're running, buddy. It makes you feel justified. Disobedience tell you ain't got to apologize. Disobedience tell you, oh, no, they started. Disobedience tell you, listen, I know you're not doing everything godly, but look at what you are doing that's godly. Come on, let's go. Disobedience will do all that, and as you disobey the Lord, disobedience become your very own what? Your very own hitman. Kill you, because you grew it. You fed it. You strengthened it. You see? Obey the Lord, my brothers and sisters. We make mistakes, but there are people that live to make mistakes. There's a huge difference. You make mistakes. You do things that's wrong. But a lot of times when you're truly walking with the Lord, when you do those things, you're like, oh, I don't even want to be a part of this. And the Holy Spirit, a lot of times, will keep you from it. The Holy Spirit will, no, that was wrong. And you fix it. You fix it. You see? But there's people that live to disobey. They live to disobey and then get forgiveness. You know, let me get a shot of forgiveness. Let me get a shot of mercy. You see? God is calling you to full obedience to his word. Obey him, my brothers and sisters. Kill that flesh. That flesh don't like obedience. That flesh like to, all right, let me tell you just how we gonna do it. That's the flesh. You gotta let God have full control. All right, guys? Peace out.